Here's a Chinaberry. You know these Chinaberries right here, they make these birds drunk. They'll come and eat these berries, and these berries will mess these birds up. This tree originally is from Asia. I think it's probably one of the most unappreciated tree around, just from the vastness of its beauty and how it's grown and kind of considered to be like a weed tree. I've even tried to kill these trees just because they grow everywhere, especially like they grow next to a well. And anybody knows that having a tree like this growing next to a well could very well damage your well. And where I hate to have to kill a tree, sometimes you can't hardly kill a Chinaberry tree. It's very tough. Just goes to show you, man, you cannot kill a Chinaberry tree. I cut this tree down and poured oil on it, and it's still sprouting back in the spring. You know, Chinaberry tree is one of the really neatest tree around. It's got some of the prettiest grain pattern and a lot of properties that most people don't even realize it does. Like the berries has been used to make a bunch of beads over the centuries because it's very easy to pierce. The roots of the trees is harvested and it's made into a powder, and it can be known to treat ringworms. Also, the flower can be crushed into a paste and applied to the scalp to get rid of like lice and stuff like that. It's a natural insecticide. It has a lot of properties to kill insects. Insects don't like it, and sometimes when the birds eat these berries, they get real sick. It also has an inflammatory like properties that can help like issues with kidney stones. But be used with caution, stuff like that. The Janka hardness is 990 on the Janka scale. It has a tree size of about 30 to 50 feet tall. It can range between 1 to 2 foot in the trunk diameter, so it's not a huge tree. You know, I felt it really good to build musical instruments out of it. It really has a warmness. The tones are very warm. It kind of replicas some of the mahogany sounds if you've ever had an instrument made by mahogany. If you like mahogany sounds, you probably would like the Chinaberry. And there's also a good chance if you had an old grandpa, you see an old axe handle somewhere laying around on the property, there's probably a good chance it was probably made out of an old Chinaberry tree that was laying around, because typically these things like to grow beside like a workshop, and axe handles, broom handles, any kind of handles like that, this wood makes perfect. Walking sticks, it's got some really nice wood. And if you've seen the grain pattern on these things, now this tree dies back really fast and it's left with all these berries, and it's very easy to spot a Chinaberry tree. You can spot a Chinaberry tree. It's not like a black walnut tree. Sometimes it's very hard to tell the difference between a pecan tree and a black walnut tree, other than the fruits on it. But there's only certain times that you can be able to see those fruits. Right now in the fall, you're going to be able to start identifying the Chinaberry trees, and especially a lot of farmers around here in South Georgia. These trees kind of get bulldozed up, pushed away, because they like to kind of grow beside a fence line, it seems like. They love growing beside an old house, something that has some sort of a structure, protection. Normally, if you find an old house, there's a good, strong chance there's going to be a Chinaberry tree somewhere around that property. And Chinaberry is some of the most prettiest wood, if you ask me. Really pretty. This is a good time of year to cut it too, because the moisture, the sap is pulled down into the root system and leaving the wood easier to cut and saw, versus there's less material to kind of take off. I guess you can kind of put it that way. I hope this video has helped you kind of clarify some things about the Chinaberry tree. Chinaberry is really the magnificent tree, and it's beautiful. Take a second to look around and to bring nature back in, kind of bring it back into the forefront and just start identifying trees. A lot of peace in it, And till next time, see you later. Listen to what this powder post beetle sound like. This tree has only been felled for like less than probably 2-3 weeks, and it's already got powder post beetles in it. Powder post beetles are these little holes right there. You can start seeing their little marks right there. You see them? And they will mess up every piece of wood that you have. That's very good. It will cut holes right through it. They just eat and eat and eat and eat and reproduce and eat.